You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yo, what's going on? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, and you are tuned into The Bad Boy Show. So, Miles Cunningham is away on business. He's out of the country doing his thing. So, I'm going to hold it down today. So, today we're going to be talking about 10 things that don't work when attracting women, all right? Because there's a lot of things that you guys might be doing that's, not helping you, with your game. You feel me? So I want to, really get you guys going to actually do the things that's going to work. All right. But before we get into that, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get into some news. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
All right, people. We are back on The Bad Boy Show. So there's a few things that's been happening in the news, not too much. I was trying to look for shit and I'm like, there's not that much happening for the past week that I've seen that was interesting, but there's a few things. So, first thing we got to talk about is this Hernandez shit, man, because I've been seeing memes all over the place, of this guy, killing himself. So basically, this dude, he, former football player, he went to jail for, I guess, murder, or he murdered somebody, allegedly. And then something came out where they were saying that they were proving that, he didn't murder some people or the person he was accused of or something like that. But you guys can correct me if I'm wrong because I didn't really look too much into the story. This is why we need Miles here because Miles looks into the stories more than me. I don't give a fuck, but I just skim through the shit. But anyway, so this dude, they basically said he hung himself in his cell. And now a whole bunch of crazy shit's coming out where they're saying that, he wrote a letter to his, I guess, girlfriend or wife or whatever and his daughter. And also they're saying now that he was bisexual. So he wrote a letter to his lover in jail. So, just a whole bunch of crazy shit is going down. And, a lot of people online were saying that they don't think that this was a suicide. They were saying that they think he got in jail. They were saying that there were certain cats in there that really, put in that work to make shit happen. And now the media, I guess, is trying to say that it was a suicide. And they were saying, that doesn't make the sense that he would do a suicide if there could have been a chance that he could have got out because his lawyers was trying to hook him up with, something, they had something in the works. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, it's crazy because there's a lot of memes going around making fun of this dude, committing suicide. And it's interesting to me because, certain people are looking at it like, look, you shouldn't be making fun of, dead people, right? And the dead and somebody committing suicide. Then there's other people that's like, oh, I don't like him because he did this or he did that, so me, I'm just like looking at it like it's just kind of crazy how all of this shit is going down. You know what I mean? And now they're saying that they're trying to take his brain to study his brain, or they're trying to donate his brain for research or some crazy shit. So I don't know. It's like mad shit going on with this dude. You know what I mean? And it sucks that this guy had basically the life, man. I mean, you were playing football, you was making millions of fucking dollars. Like, what the fuck was you doing? You feel what I'm saying? So, he went from that to going to jail to now he's dead, and it sucks that how you can make mistakes in life that'll fuck up your whole shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you really got to make sure that you're on point, because at any turn you could, do one thing or do the next thing, and then it could, lead you down the path of bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So, that's all I wanted to really say about that shit. All right. So the next story, we have your girl, Mary J. Blige. Her ex-husband spent $420,000 on his new girlfriend. We gotta clap that up. So this nigga, I think she was giving him money, I guess, for the alimony or the child support or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? You guys let me know. But all I know is this motherfucker, he was using the money that she was giving him, or the money that he got, from being with her, on his new chick. And, they were going, traveling and doing all this other extra shit. And my thing is, hey, this is what a lot of women do when their husbands and stuff, they break up with them and, they get all this money and they do whatever they want to do with the money. It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So, when women want the equality, this is what the equality looks like. You know what I mean? And so I just say, hey, look, he put his time in with Mary J. Blige, so he should reap the benefits too. Why not? You feel what I'm saying? Why not get that paper, do what you're going to do with it and have fun? I ain't got no problem with that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's usually when a dude is doing this type of shit, that's when everybody wants to, look at him like he's crazy. You know what I mean? And it's like, nah, let that nigga live. If chicks could do all that shit, let these niggas live and do that shit. I'm like, hey, more power to you. But anyway, so in other news, Bill O'Reilly was fired from Fox and shit for, he had all these, basically sexual assault allegations that was coming through, and Fox was like, yo, we can't fuck with you no more, son. You feel what I'm saying? And so now this dude, he got fired. Now I'm thinking, it just seems weird to me. I don't know, like being an entrepreneur and hearing a old ass nigga got fired from his job. I don't know. It's just like, dude, like, I don't know. I mean, I know they're paying this nigga heavy, but I don't know. It's just something about the entrepreneur in me. It's just like, nigga, how old you are and you getting fired from places? Like, what? Like, come on, dog. Like, what's going on? Like, and this dude's rich. So you don't need to feel sorry for Bill O'Reilly. This motherfucker got cake. Okay. So I always wonder when cats got cake like that, when cats got, shit popping. I don't know why they just don't do their own shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Bill O'Reilly could have had his own fucking website, did his own videos, talking a whole bunch of shit how he wants to talk it, and probably even made more money than he's making on Fox. You know what I mean? He got the name, niggas know what it is, you know what I'm saying? And he could do his thing. But the crazy part is that they were saying that he might get a $25 million, I guess, severance package from these motherfuckers. So it's like, god damn. You know what I mean? This dude just keep getting fucking money. So, don't cry for Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly has been on that bullshit anyway. He's peddling the white supremacist smut all over the television. So, he's on that bullshit. So whatever. You feel what I'm saying? But of course, there's going to be other people. If he doesn't, I doubt he's going to go back on Fox, but there's going to be other motherfuckers who are going to try to get him on some other station. You understand? They're going to, make him do what it do. So he, first of all, he got all the money. Second of all, like, damn, my voice is going crazy right now. And second of all, he basically, doesn't need to worry about getting another job if he wants another job. I don't know why the fuck he would want another job. I don't get niggas. Like, why would you want to work for somebody and you've been working that long? You got mad fucking money. So, you could just either go off and chill somewhere for a while, or if you want to do some shit, do your own shit. Like, I don't know. Y'all got to tell me what's up with that. But anyway, so, in other news, there was a 30-year-old dude named Jair Nilton or something like that. And so this dude got arrested, for stalking Malia Obama. And so the Secret Service, sort of caught up with this dude. And he's been basically trying to, since I think they were saying since they were in the White House or something like that, he's been trying to get at her. So he's been traveling to DC to try to see what's up with Malia Obama, so it's like, goddamn, like dudes is already trying to get at, Malia. I don't even know if she's over 18 or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but these cats is thirsty out here. You feel what I'm saying? But, I don't know like what he thought was going to happen. But this is the thing I don't understand about stalkers. Where in the fuck do stalkers find the goddamn time? That's the part that I don't fucking get. Where do they find the goddamn time to stalk motherfuckers? Like, I don't got time to do shit. You feel what I'm saying? As I'm recording this, it's fucking 1 a.m. You understand? And, this is the only time I have to do this at this point because I was doing a whole bunch of other shit earlier. And then I got to do some shit after this. And I'm just like, I'm jealous that niggas got time to fucking stalk. You understand? Like, it's just like, goddamn, like, where are you getting this motherfucking time? Please let me know. Like, what's going on in your life where you got time to stalk motherfuckers? That shit don't make sense to me. But anyway, that's the crazy shit that, I guess goes down when you ain't got no life. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, so let's move on to a subscriber email real quick, before we go on a break, because I got a lot to talk about for the topic of this show, because, so I'm going to keep the news portion today really, really short, and we're going to get to the subscriber email, and then we're going to keep this shit pushing. You feel me? We going to make it happen. So now this subscriber email, it says, I signed up for Tinder and OkCupid. I'm getting interest. Currently, I have about 12 girls talking to me. One girl may meet me in Memphis this weekend. I will likely meet 2 girls over coffee next Monday. I'm not sure how to take it to the next level. It is weird because the more I demonstrate I don't care, the more they seem to care. What the fuck? I think I will do good in the small talk because I am quite glib. However, should I just go direct or continue to be indirect? I'm divorced and only just re-entering the dating market after a couple of decades. My age does not seem to be a factor with these girls at all. All right, so basically, you're trying to figure out how to proceed when you meet these chicks that, from Tinder or OkCupid or online, right? And so what you got to understand is that when you are interacting with women, just if you meet them online, offline, whatever the fuck it is, right? You just basically need to go with the flow, right, of the interaction. But also you need to understand that you can control the direction of the flow. All right. And so I always talk about this with guys where you need to be able to know how to lead the interaction. You understand? You need to know how to get the interaction from point A to point B. So if you are talking to a girl, let's say on Tinder, right? And let's say you're like, damn, this chick is hot, I'm going to try to get her out to get a drink real quick and then try to slide back to my place, right? So basically, if you're orchestrating that situation, you're leading the situation, what you would do is you would invite her to a place to get a drink that's near your crib. You understand? When you are there and you're talking to her, you do a little small talk when you first get there. You're sort of feeling each other out because it's the first time you're meeting. You understand? Make sure you're at the bar sitting next to her so it's easier for you to get touchy-feely with her. You understand? So after the small talk, you start flirting, and then you see how responsive she is to your flirting. You understand? And then, with your verbals or whatever, then you start, touching her after that. See how responsive she is to your touching. If she's responsive to the flirting and the touching, then you move into the kissing. You understand? And she's kissing you, blah, blah, blah. And then, be like, hey, listen, we should get out of here and go back to my place, right? So it's all a flow. You understand? And then that flow is going to lead you back to the bedroom, right? But you need to understand how to, initiate that flow. You understand what I'm saying? And so you got to know how to basically go from point A to point B to get her from there to here. You understand? And that is how you're going to make things happen. The thing is, you don't need to sort of think too much of the perfect thing to say. And you're thinking of like, oh, I got to be this way. I got to be that way. I got to say this. I got to say that. No, it's more so about, you understanding, hey, I want to try to get this girl back to my spot. So what do I need to do in the situation to get her back to my spot? Right? Then you orchestrate that situation. You put things into place. You say, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to be at a place near my house. Right? While I'm talking to her, I need to start flirting with her to see if she is responsive. If she's responsive, then it's a good chance that I can keep it going. If she's not responsive, then I know that the shit ain't gonna really probably go anywhere and I could just charge it to the game. You understand? So a lot of it is just you being able to lead that interaction and also being comfortable to do that. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times the reason why you're not really pushing the interaction to where it needs to be is because you're not comfortable. I get a lot of guys who hit me up where they always ask me like, how do you create sexual tension without being creepy? Or how do you flirt with a girl without offending her or pissing her off and all this other stuff? And see, every time you say those things, you're basically saying that you are not comfortable. You feel what I'm saying? They're saying that you are not feeling good and in that interaction to be able to do those things. And by not being comfortable enough to do that, that's the thing that's going to make it harder for you to get shit going. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you are comfortable in those situations to actually make this happen, right? And again, all you need to do is know how to get from point A to point B and know how to orchestrate that situation. All right. So listen, I'm going to take a quick break, right? And when we come back, we're going to get into the topic 10 things that don't work when attracting women. All right. You guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at PavionPhoto.com. That's PAVION photo.com. PavionPhoto.com. Yeah. All right, people, what's poppin'? We are back. We are back on The Bad Boy Show. All right, so today we're going to be talking about 10 things that don't work when attracting women. All right, so, this is a list of 10 things. This is in no order of importance. All right, so I'm just going to go through the list and we are going to, get into this and talk about this because there's a lot of things guys do that are pretty much a waste of time when it comes to trying to get girls. You understand? Trying to attract chicks. They doing a whole bunch of extra shit that they don't really need to do. And, they're wondering why they're having trouble getting girls. They're wondering why girls aren't really responding to them. They're wondering why, even if they sort of do get a chick's number or whatever it is, the girl's not calling them back. She's flaking. She's not being responsive. All, yada, yada, yada. Same old, same shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm going to be talking about 10 things that don't work when attracting women. All right. So now the first thing I'm going to talk about is trying to sell yourself to women. Trying to sell yourself to women. All right. So what does that mean? What are we talking about? Right. A lot of guys, what they'll do is when they're talking to a woman, they will try to make themselves look really good in the eyes of the chick, right? And by doing this, what they're trying to do is sort of sell themselves. They're trying to, present themselves in this cool way because they think, okay, well, if she knows how cool I am, then she's going to like me. So what happens is that a guy, he'll have a conversation with a woman and he's, basically telling her like, yeah, girl, I've done this and I've done that. And, I've been working at this spot and I'm making $100,000 a year right now. I got a promotion and, shit's really good. I got me a new car. Everything is great. Everything's lovely. And so he's having this conversation with her, but the whole time he's trying to sell himself. Like he sounds like one of those people that you meet at a networking event and they keep bragging about all the celebrities they know. Like, so I know Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, that's my boy. Like, one of my friends, he introduced us like a couple years ago and, we just kept it tight. You know what I mean? That's my boy, blah, blah, blah. So like you're trying to seem cooler than you are in order to get her to like you, right? But see, the thing is that the girl can tell that you're trying to impress her with all the shit that you're talking about, right? And the thing is, this is the way that you get a girl to really be feeling you. I'm gonna tell you the way to get her to really be feeling you when you're interacting with a chick, right? So instead of selling yourself, right, what you need to do is get her to sell herself, right? You need to get her to sort of, try to impress you. Now, a lot of times, if you're listening closely, certain girls will do this, automatically, without you even trying to do anything because she's sort of feeling you, to a certain extent. She's feeling your vibe. And so she's, trying to sell herself. You understand? She's trying to show you how cool she is and all this other stuff through the conversation you and her are having, right? So what happens is you might say something like, like I really like soccer or some shit. You're just telling her, yeah, soccer's a cool sport. I really like watching soccer, blah, blah, blah. And so she'll be like, oh yeah, soccer is cool. I really like it too. I was watching the game the other day and blah, 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 blah. You understand? Or you might say some shit like, or she might say some shit like, oh, you know what? I also like basketball too. You understand? And you might say, well, I don't really watch basketball that much. I'm more of a football guy. And then she'll be like, oh yeah, basketball's, I like it. It's okay. But I understand like football is a little bit more exciting. I see what you're saying, blah, blah, blah. So she's switching up her whole shit because she's trying to, get into your good graces. She's trying to basically, agree with what you're saying so that you will like her. You understand what I'm saying? So she's trying to sell herself to you. She's trying to be the type of girl that you would like. You understand what I'm saying? So that you would, basically want to get with her. Right. And so the problem is that a lot of guys do the opposite. They're the ones trying to sell themselves to the girl. So anytime that you are talking to a chick, right, and you're having a conversation with her, you need to make sure that you notice if she is trying to sell herself to you. And also what you got to do when you're having a conversation with a chick is that you're supposed to be the one asking her questions about herself, so that she can tell you certain things about herself, right? Because one, it gives you a way to figure out like what this chick's about. You understand what I'm saying? So you can evaluate her. Two, people usually like to talk about themselves, and also they end up liking the person who's asking them questions about themselves. You see what I'm saying? So if you tell a girl, or you're talking to a girl and you ask her a whole bunch of shit about herself and you give her a chance to talk to you about her, you understand? That's going to make her like the conversation and also like you for bringing that conversation to her. You understand? So, it's very important to do that. Also, what you want to do is this, right? Is that you want to look out for this when you're asking a woman questions. You want to see if she sort of, I wouldn't say interrupt your questions, but sort of ask you also. She also asks you questions, meaning she's also asking you stuff to get to know you. Because a lot of times when a chick is feeling you, she'll ask you questions because she wants to know more about you. Right? So if you're asking a girl a whole bunch of questions and she's just, like answering the questions and all of that shit, and if the conversation's flowing good, then it's cool. But it's a bonus when the chick also says, hey, she says, oh, so what are you doing? What you're about and what's going on with you and blah, 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 blah. You understand? If she's asking you questions, that shows that she is interested in you. Right? But the thing is, again, you do not want to try to sell yourself to these women, because that's the thing that's not going to work when it comes to attracting women. All right. So that's number one. Now, number two is, and I've talked about this before, but for some reason, certain dudes just don't get it. Like they keep trying to do this. So the number two thing that's not going to work when trying to attract women is constantly contacting a woman before the date. Okay? Constantly contacting a woman before a date. All right, so basically it's like this. You meet a chick Monday. You get her number. You hit her up on Tuesday. You say, hey, let's get together and go and get a drink. And she's like, cool, let's go get a drink. And you're like, all right, cool. I'm free on Saturday evening. And she's like, cool, I'm free Saturday evening. Right? So you guys set up the shit for Saturday evening. Right? But it's only Tuesday at this point. And then now, so what certain guys will do is they say to themselves, I gotta call her. I gotta text her. I have to build the rapport. I have to build the attraction. I gotta keep her interested. I don't want her to forget about me. You understand? I don't want her to, I don't want her to get bored or whatever, so what guys will do is they'll text her on, Wednesday morning, and then they'll text her on Wednesday night. They'll text her on Thursday morning, text her Thursday in the afternoon, and then probably text her, Friday morning. Like they're constantly texting back and forth. Oh, hey, what's up? How's your day going? What'd you have for lunch? Oh, and then, they'll try to text them something funny. And so what happens is that you're becoming too available at this point. She's getting a little too familiar with you. You might say some shit that's going to make her change her mind by Saturday, right? Because it's the thing. It's, there's going to be times where you will contact a chick during the week before the date, and she'll still go on the date with you. She'll still be like, whatever, it's all good. And that's because, she might have like an extremely, extremely, extremely high interest level in you, right? Which is good. So, her high interest level, it's so high that it doesn't really matter that you're hitting her up or that you call her or you even say something stupid in certain cases, because she's sort of, she's feeling you to that point for some reason, right? Now, that would be great if every girl you dealt with had that high, super high interest level. It'd be awesome, right? But when we step back to reality, that's usually not how it is, right? And now a woman doesn't have to have a super high interest level in order for you to get with her and to deal with her, right? In fact, most of the women that you deal with, the ones that are interested in you, they'll be interested, but it won't be a super high level of interest, usually until it happens after they get to know you. Once they get to know you, that interest level grows and, it is what it is, right? But when you first, meet a chick, or you first get a chick's number off of Tinder or whatever the fuck it is, and you are constantly hitting her up, at first she was interested. But then, you're freaking blowing up her phone and texting her all the time, and you're showing like way too much interest. And that's the thing that turns her off. You understand? Because the thing that makes a woman excited to see you on that date is wondering and guessing what is going to happen. What is he about? What's going on? That mystery, that mysterious vibe that you have it's interesting into her. It's interesting to her. It intrigues her. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you are, texting, calling, doing all this other stuff, it's doing way too much. You're all up in her face way too quickly. It almost seems like you have nothing else to do but to, text and call her. And then her interest level sort of dies down. That excitement dies down. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's way too much too quickly, right? Now, there are going to be times where you get a girl's information and, she's going to probably hit you back, or, she's going to try to text you during the week and all this other stuff, right? Now, I wouldn't suggest to ignore her. You could respond to her text, but I would say to quickly get off the phone. Right. So she'll be like, hey, what's up? How's your morning? And like, oh, it's, it's pretty good. Just had some breakfast. I'm actually on my way to work. I can't really talk right now, but I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. And then she'll be like, okay, cool. I'll talk to you later, whatever, and just end the shit. Right. Don't get into a whole back and forth texting thing with this chick. Like, you don't want to do that. So number 2 is constantly contacting a woman before a date is something you don't want to do. That's not going to be a thing that's going to attract women. You feel what I'm saying? Now, number 3. Oh my goodness. This shit is the worst, right? Number 3 is dissing other men in front of women. Okay? Trying to diss other men in front of women. Now, this comes in a lot of different forms, right? So what I mean by this is, let's say you're out, you're at a bar, at a club, wherever it is, you chilling, you talking to some girls or whatever. And let's say you with your boy, right? And now your boy, he doesn't know how to be a good wingman, because his dumb ass, what he's doing is he's cracking jokes on you in front of the chick you trying to holler at. You understand? So you trying to holler at this girl and you like, yeah, girl, so blah, 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 this and this and that. And then your boy comes up and he's looking at the girl and he's like, oh, why are you talking to this guy? This guy's such a loser. Like, you should have saw him last week. We was out trying to, do this and do that. And, this happened to him and, that happened to him. And, oh, you would have, so you're looking at your boy like, what the fuck are you doing? You understand? And so he's, basically doing that because he probably is attracted to the chick and he's sort of trying to see if she likes him. You understand? Or that chick might have a friend and, you're talking to that one girl and then the friend is there. So he thinks that dissing you or making fun of you is going to be funny. And then that's going to make the other girl he's trying to get at like him. You understand what I'm saying? So, if you're one of those dudes who do that shit where you're dissing your friend, in order to get a chick to feel you think that the chick's going to think that's cute, that shit does not attract women. You understand what I'm saying? And, you have even other times too where other guys who are not necessarily your friend, it could be like a coworker or even like a random dude at a bar who will sort of like, make jokes and make fun of you. You understand? In front of the chick, because he's trying to get at her. You understand? Or you might be that dude that's trying to make fun of another dude and sort of cock block and do all that other goofy shit in order to try to attract that girl. You understand what I'm saying? And now the thing is that what happens is that shit doesn't work because the girl, she can tell that you're doing that to sort of impress her. You understand what I'm saying? She can tell that you're doing that in a way to try to like, be on some tongue in cheek shit just to make her laugh or whatever. But it's like, the thing is, especially let's say that's your friend, you understand? She's sort of looking at you like, why are you dissing your friend? Kind of, you understand what I'm saying? Because he's like, you just met me, but you dissing your friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's that type of vibe, and she can see that and she can tell that. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is, she's not going to be feeling you by you dissing your boy or you dissing some other dude trying to get at her. You understand what I'm saying? So don't do that. Or if you have any friends that do that, you need to check them while they're, before they do that type of dumb shit. You understand? Because that shit, it doesn't work. It's not something that's going to make the girl be like, oh, let me get with you now. Nah, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that just makes the friend look goofy. It makes the guy that he's dissing look bad, and it makes him look bad for dissing him. You understand what I'm saying? So both of y'all look like some cornballs. You feel what I mean? So, and I did a video a while ago talking about the rules. Like, I think it was 10 rules to be a great wingman. You can check that out on the channel. And that's going to, show you what you should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to, being a wingman. You understand what I'm saying? So number 3 is dissing other men in front of women. All right. So now number four, the fourth thing that doesn't work when attracting women is trying to show off. Okay. Trying to show off. What does that mean? Like, basically trying to show off your car, your money, your jewelry, all that other bullshit. Again, like, if you're trying to show off your shit, that's going to not attract women. Now, there's a difference between a woman sort of being attracted to a guy because he has a lot of money, or she's gonna like sort of gravitate or see that he has money and he has a nice car, so that makes her sort of jump on him or want to get at him because she's on that type of vibe. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference between that and actually blatantly showing off to try to attract her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for example, I remember one time I was at this spot and I was talking to this girl or whatever, and there was this dude that was next to me talking to the girl's friend, right? So he's talking to her, but the girl, she wasn't really like, she was talking to him, but she wasn't really feeling him. You understand? So she was just sort of like, being polite or whatever, right? So this nigga, he noticed that the chick wasn't really feeling him like that, right? So then he goes into his fucking pocket. He pulls out like the big wad of cash that's in a rubber band. You understand? So he takes the rubber band off and he's talking to her and he's counting the money in front of her and shit. And the nigga must have had like shit, probably like, I don't know, like $5,000-$10,000 up in that piece. But dude he had some paper. It was all $100 bills and everything. So he's doing that shit and he's talking to her and I'm just looking at her face and she's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You know what I mean? And so he wasn't even saying anything about the money, but he was just sort of like having it out. Cause at first he was talking, he went in his pocket, he took it out, he was holding it as he's talking to her and for maybe like a minute or two. And then he takes the rubber band out. And he's, talking to her while he's counting the money and looking at the money and all this other shit. And he was basically doing that because he thought that, okay, well, that will maybe make her want him more. You understand? But the thing is that when you're showing off, is basically you doing too much to try to impress the chick. You understand what I'm saying? And see, this is what you guys got to understand. Women are not going to be attracted to men who are trying to impress them. You understand what I'm saying? Women are attracted to men who do their own fucking thing. And then the women are attracted to those guys because they're doing their own fucking thing. You understand? I remember when I used to rap, I had this line in one of my songs where I said, I'm just doing me. That's why she doing me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, since I'm doing me, that's why she want to do me. You understand? She's not doing me because I'm impressing her. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to get that showing off, trying to impress chicks and doing a whole bunch of extra shit, showing out. That's not going to do shit for you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, once in a blue moon, when a dude does that, he might get some hood rat that's going to, be sweating him a little bit off of that. You understand what I'm saying? But in general, the chick, she's not going to gravitate to that, because the thing is, also, what a woman doesn't want to do is she doesn't want to seem like she's getting with the guy because of that, because of the shit he's showing off. You understand? See, a woman, she cares too much about her appearance, meaning like she cares too much about how people see her. So if a woman knows a guy has money and she's attracted to that fact, like, oh damn, this dude got some paper, he could probably do this and do that, and he got all this shit popping for him. So she'll, talk to him, gravitate to him, because of that. But if he's making it blatant that that's what he has and that's what he's showing off and that's what he's throwing around, then what's going to happen is that she's going to look like she's a gold digger. She's going to look like she's some chick who just, is all on his dick because he got a lot of paper. You understand what I'm saying? So even though she's attracted to that, she doesn't want to seem that way. So by you showing off, it will seem that way. It will seem like she's the type of woman who does that type of shit. You understand? So even if she is the type of chick who's going to be attracted to that, she doesn't want to seem like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, that's the thing you have to understand about the whole shit. And by you showing off, you're making it hard for her to not seem like a fucking gold digger. You feel what I'm saying? So don't show your shit off. Just, do your shit on some regular shit, but you ain't got to be showing off the shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's sort of like when guys tell me about, or you hear the thing about don't wear, a shirtless, or don't take a picture of you shirtless on an online dating site because, it's going to make you look like you're trying too hard or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Like I was talking about before, is that if you have a nice body, you should have a shirtless pic, because women are going to like that body type, because, if you got the 6-pack abs and all that, that's cool, and that's, all cool and all that. But the thing is, instead of having a picture of you, showing off your body in the mirror, you have a picture of you at the beach with your shirt off. Why? Because you're at the fucking beach. So what it looks like is that you're not trying to show off your body. It just happens to be your body has been shown off because you were at the beach. You see what I'm saying? So it's the way that you do it. It's not necessarily like, you trying to put it out there like that, but it's being put out there automatically because of the situation and the circumstance. So it doesn't seem like you're trying super hard to show this off. It is that it's being shown off because of the situation. You feel what I'm saying? So, you just got to understand that point. It's very important. Now, the fifth thing that you do not want to do that doesn't work when attracting women, and this I got to really talk about because guys get confused with this shit, is complimenting a woman too much is something you shouldn't do. Okay? Let's get into this. Let's get into that, okay? Complimenting a woman too much, right? So a lot of guys think that they should never compliment a woman. They're like, oh, don't compliment her. Don't say anything to her because it's going to gas her up, and then she's going to be so gassed up and she's not going to like you because you're sweating her and you're showing her too much interest and yada, 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 right? See, there's nothing wrong with complimenting a woman. You understand what I'm saying? There's absolutely nothing wrong with complimenting a woman. Now, complimenting her too much is something that's not going to attract her. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that usually when you compliment a woman, the best type of compliments, right, is the ones that are authentic, or it has to at least seem authentic. It's better if it is authentic, but it has to at least seem authentic. You understand? And so by complimenting a woman too much, it doesn't seem authentic. You understand what I'm saying? It does not seem real, right? It seems like you're trying too hard. Certain women will not believe you for complimenting them that much because they feel like, oh, you're just saying this because you're trying to, again, impress me. You understand? You're trying to get in my pants. This is why you're complimenting me, right? So if you see a chick and, she's walking down the street or whatever, and you go up to her and you hit her off with that direct approach, and you're like, hey, miss, hold on, listen, you got to stop real quick. You are the sexiest chick I have ever seen in my life. No bullshit. Listen, we need to get together. You got to give me your number. I'm going to give you my number. We're going to get together, get a drink, whatever, right? So you've complimented her. You said she's the sexiest chick you ever seen, right? Now, that's cool because, you saw her, you thought she was that hot, and this is you giving her that compliment within the context of you, hollering at her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Now, the thing is, if you are at, like, let's say a party or something, or get together and you see some chick there and y'all are hanging out or you hanging out with your friends, whatever, and you see some girl and you're like, oh my God, you know, you're so beautiful and yada, yada, yada. And she's like, oh, thanks. You know, I appreciate the compliment, whatever. And then, you know, 20 minutes later, you're like, miss, like, you know, y'all talking, you're like, oh my God, you're just so pretty and you're just so cute. And then she's like, okay, you know, that, thanks, you know, and then you're talking to her more and more. Oh man, like, you're just like really, really like cute. Like, you know, I hardly, like, I talk to a lot of girls, but I haven't seen a woman that's just as fine as you. And it's just like, it's becoming too much, my nigga. You feel what I'm saying? So you're complimenting her and you mistake that as sort of like flirting with her. That's not really flirting. That's just you, you know, sounding like you're basically thirsty or you're simping and shit. You're going down that direction. You feel what I'm saying? And so there's nothing wrong with giving a chick a compliment, but when you're doing it way too much, right? It sounds unrealistic. It sounds like you're just blowing smoke up her ass. You understand what I'm saying? It sounds like you're trying too hard. All these things, it's not going to attract the chick. You understand what I'm saying? The compliment has to seem genuine. This is why a lot of times women like when guys compliment on things other than their looks. You understand? Because sometimes, like, if you can point something out, that most people probably wouldn't of, you understand what I'm saying? And then she can see that as more of a genuine, like, compliment. You understand? So, like, let's say if you were at a performance and a girl was like on stage and she was at an open mic and she playing the guitar and singing and all this other stuff, right? And then when she gets off stage, you know, you say something like, if you knew this sort of information about how to play the guitar, you'd be like, oh, you know, I like the way that you played that song, because most people, when they, you know, they hit that note or whatever, they usually don't get it right. And the way that you did it with such ease, and it was like really, you know, impressive and blah, blah, blah. You understand? So that compliment, it's something that is basically going to catch her. You understand? It's going to be something that she's going to feel because it seems authentic. It seems like something that you've noticed. You understand? And then so she appreciates that shit, and that will attract her more than just throwing like 10, 15 damn compliments, you know, the whole night, trying to gas her head up and just saying a whole bunch of bullshit. So again, there's nothing wrong with complimenting a chick. Is just that you don't want to do it too much. All right. So that's number 5, right? So number six thing you do that won't attract women is spending money on women. Spending goddamn money on women. And so what I mean by this, you know, and there's different situations where this happens. So a lot of guys will think, let's say they at a bar or whatever. A lot of guys think, oh, there's these bad chicks over there. And then they'll go to the bad chicks and then they'll be like, hey, what's up, ladies? Blah, blah, blah. What y'all drinking? Let me get y'all a drink. I'll buy you a drink. You understand? So these motherfuckers will go and buy these random chicks drinks because they think, oh, this is a good way to attract them. Like, this is a good way to get in a conversation with them. You know, like I've heard guys say, oh, you know, it's easy to get in a conversation with a girl. Just buy her a drink and then start. No, fuck that. Stop that. Oh, I got to buy her a drink and do all this other stuff to get at her. No, you can get at her without buying the drink. You can talk to her without buying her the drink, right? But if you're trying to buy her the shits, spending this money on her to get her to like you, that's not going to do it. You understand? Because the buying of the drink or the not buying of the drink is irrelevant. You feel what I'm saying? She has to feel your vibe, period. Right? Now, you know, and another thing too is when we talk about spending money on women is that, you know, you have guys out there who they will basically be, you know, sort of dating a chick, but not really like involved with her. Like maybe this is like the second date and they're up there buying this chick gifts and shit. You understand? Like they're buying her flowers and candy and different little things for her and all this other stuff because they think that buying these things is going to make the woman like them. You understand? So they're trying to attract these women by buying them a whole bunch of shit. You understand? And then you have the guys who want to do like extravagant, crazy shit, like take women on trips, you know, take them for horse and carriage rides, limo rides to fancy places and all this other shit. And these women, they will do this stuff with a guy Because they're like, well, it's fun. I'm going to go on this trip. He's going to take me here. I know plenty of women who went on trips with dudes and they didn't even like these niggas. Some of these dudes didn't even get no ass. You understand what I'm saying? Like, imagine you take a chick to the Bahamas for the weekend or something and she ain't even fuck you the whole time. That's terrible. Like, what part of the game is that? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you spending money, you doing this, you doing that, and you ain't even get to smell the pussy. Terrible. Horrible. But, that's what the guys do. They think that's what they need to do to make this shit happen. So, number 6 is spending money on women is something you should not do to try to attract them, right? Now, number 7 is trying to be her friend, goddammit. Oh, my God. What in the fuck are people still trying to do this? Why are you guys still trying to do this shit? Basically, you're going to have guys out there who's going to be trying to be a woman's friend first. That's what they say. They're like, I'm going to be her friend first, and then I'm going to, then later on she's going to see how good of a guy I am, and then she's going to want to be with me. No, it doesn't fucking work. You understand what I'm saying? Do not try to be her friend, period. Right? That's not going to get a woman attracted to you. That does not work. See, guys think that they could sort of, go around the whole thing. They're like, well, let me just be cool with her and then I'll slip in there later on. Like, that, it don't work that way. She as soon as she sees you as that friend dude, a lot of times they can't even fuck you at that point. It's done. After they see you as that guy who is that friend, it's like you're her brother. You understand? And it'll be like her brother. And I've heard women even say this shit too, where they'll be friends with a dude for so long, they can't even imagine fucking this guy. You understand? So you're fucking your shit up by trying to be her friend and doing all this other stuff and thinking, oh, let me be her friend first. And then later she's going to want to fuck with me. Right? So number 7 is trying to be her friend. Right? Now, number 8, and I see a lot of guys do this and it's fucking terrible. And number 8 is apologizing for being forward. Jesus fucking Christ. This is like some of the lamest shit you could do when you're talking to women. And guys think that, cause this is what'll happen. A guy will say some sexual type of shit, something real bold, he'll be like, yo, man, he'll try to be all like super forward and direct and tell a girl, hey, I want to fuck the shit out you. And the girl will be like, what? How could you say that? You're disgusting. Oh my God. Like, why would you even say something like that to me? And he'd be like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad. I ain't really mean it like that. I was just, but you understand? And so they're so shocked by her response that they get nervous and start copping pleas and shit like, oh, but I didn't know. You understand? And then so they're trying to apologize for being forward. And they're thinking, okay, well, maybe if I apologize to her, she won't hate me. Maybe if I apologize to her, she won't see me as a quote unquote creep. If I apologize to her, maybe she'll like me again, or maybe she'll start liking me. You understand? Like, no, that's not going to work. Don't apologize for being forward. You understand what I'm saying? Don't do that shit. You understand? It's better for a chick to not be feeling it and you to move on than to try to apologize, because apologizing, that shit ain't gonna do shit for you. You understand? It's just gonna make you look weak, and you're not gonna feel good about that shit, because then it fucks up your whole game, because now you're making yourself feel weird about, sort of talking to women, interacting with them, flirting with them, and interacting with them on a sexual manner. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So do not apologize for being forward, right? Now, number 9 is the thing that doesn't work when you're attracting women, is acting like you're grateful and you're just so happy to be talking to her. Okay. And I've seen guys do this. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Where, guys will be like, oh, I've never I've never talked to a woman as beautiful as you. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, oh my God, I appreciate you talking to me like this, because usually when I try to talk to girls, they just ignore me. But you're really cool. You seem different. Like, no, you don't say no shit like that. You understand? Because when you acting like a chick is, or you acting like this chick is doing you a favor, or you act like you'd never talked to a woman before, you understand? It's a turn off. You understand? It's ridiculous. Like, I remember my wife was telling me how she had motherfuckers tell her that she was the prettiest chick that they've ever had sex with. I'm like, what? Like, what? I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm just like, when you don't do that shit. You understand? You don't say no shit like that. It's like, I don't care if it's before you talk, you got with the girl, or after you got with the girl, while you with the girl. Like, you don't ever interact with a woman and tell her that you feel like, your life is complete because she's in your presence. Like, hell fucking no. See, and this goes to, even, I did a video the other day about, guys talking about paying for pussy and all this other shit. Like, anytime you do anything to, and see, this sounds kind of bad, or sounds kind of wrong, but I don't know how, I don't know what other way to say this. But anytime when you are saying anything that even remotely sounds like you are basically putting the pussy on the pedestal, or uplifting her in this sort of like, you're boosting her ego. You understand? Like, if you're doing anything in that direction, that's not good. You understand? Now, I'm not saying you should put a woman down, or you should like diss her. No, I'm not saying any of that. You just remain neutral. You understand what I'm saying? In most cases, when you're dealing with chicks, like, you can compliment a chick. You understand? That's different, but you don't be like worshiping a chick. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to get at, is that when you have that vibe where you're worshiping the chick, like, oh my God, you're so hot. I can't believe I'm actually talking to you. This is so great. This is such an honor. I've never been with a girl like this before. This is like, no, nigga, stop. You understand what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is that every time you do that to a chick, you're making it harder on yourself. Anytime you're gassing a woman's head up like that, to where you're putting her on that pedestal to be worshipped, you're fucking the game up for you. Because once you got her head gassed up like that, it's going to be tougher for you to deal with her. And it's going to be tougher in general for you to deal with women if all these other guys are doing the same shit. So if you have a collection of guys simping and pandering and doing all this extra shit, and then you try to get with these girls and their heads all, up in the sky and on some unrealistic nonsense, then, it's going to make it harder for you, because they have this false sense of importance, like this holier than thou type of shit, because you were basically acting like you were so grateful and excited to be even talking and being in her presence, being in the presence of this queen, this goddess, this fucking, woman of the universe, this great, sexy, vagina. Like, I can't believe I'm actually talking to you type. And like, stop the bullshit, guys. You understand what I'm saying? That shit is not cool. Don't do that. All right. Now, the last thing, and this is something that guys need to really, really understand, because, it's not going to get you anywhere in a lot of cases. And it's just a weird, awkward situation to be in. So the number 10 thing that doesn't work when attracting women is when you keep trying to talk to her when she's not interested. Okay? When you keep trying to holler and trying to talk when she is clearly not interested. Now, see, this is the tricky part. How do you know when she's not interested? See, that's the thing. A lot of guys don't know or can't pick up on when a chick is not interested. And so a lot of times guys do this thing where they're like, oh, I just gotta build more rapport. I gotta build more attraction. That's what it is. I gotta keep it going. I gotta make sure that I keep it going because I gotta have sex with this girl. I gotta make it happen. I can't just give up. I can't give up. I don't want to give up like that. I don't want to give up so easy, like that's not cool. I need to push through. I need to, build that rapport. I need to, no. See, the thing is, if a chick is not feeling you and it's clear that she's not feeling you, right? Trying to keep talking to her is not going to make her like you. You understand? Because she's not feeling you. If anything, the more that you keep talking, that's going to make her like you less and less. You understand? Like, maybe at first her not liking you was like, she's like, yeah, this guy, I'm not really feeling him. And then it becomes, I'm not really feeling him could this motherfucker just bounce like Jesus? Like, you understand? That's the vibe that, is going to happen. That's how she's going to be, feeling. You understand? So a lot of times, the way that you can tell if a chick is not feeling it is if you're talking to a girl and she's giving you one word answers, she's not feeling it. You understand? If you're trying to talk to a girl and she's trying to walk away, but you keep trying to walk after her, she's not feeling it, right? If you're trying to talk to a girl and she's blatantly ignoring you, but you feel like you just keep needing to say stuff, she's not feeling it. You understand? So by keep trying to talk to her, that's not going to attract her. It's not going to work. Because you feel like, I got to keep saying this. I got to keep doing this. I got to make it more fun. I got to do this. But she's not interested. You feel what I'm saying? And so you can feel that vibe of, that girl not being interested. You just need to be able to understand that and know that. You understand? And then by you knowing that, okay, well, look, I'm going to charge this one to the game. I'm going to keep that shit pushing. You feel me? So guys, listen, that is pretty much it for today. I want to thank you guys for listening. Also, I'm going to be coming out with the Bad Boy Seminar at the beginning of May. So it's going to drop May 1st. So remember, guys, if you are on the Bad Boy membership, you're going to be able to see that seminar and not have to buy the DVD. Now, if you're not on the Bad Boy membership, you're going to have to buy the whole DVD if you want to see it. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys join the membership because you get to see that Bad Boy seminar. Plus, you get to see and hear all the other audio and video dating advice tutorials that is on the Bad Boy membership. So this is why I tell you guys it's very important for you to make this happen. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm out of here, guys. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.